Hi everyone and welcome to my Thank Card. It's Friday. Today we'll be making a With Sympathy card. A friend of mine, her grandma has passed away, and I thought it would be nice just for her to receive a handmade card. So what I've done today is started to piece bits and pieces together already because I wanted to focus on the stamping part of the card. Now this particular image and paper is from the Timeless Type pack, and I've just got basic black, very vanilla. I have already used my scallop border punch, and out of cherry cobbler I've just created a bottom border. Now the actual template from this card, I got it from Mojo Monday, and I'll put a link to my blog showing you how to, you know, play in their blog hops and stuff like that, so in their competitions. Okay, so we're going to start off with using the image from Apothecary Art, which I love. I love this stamp set because I love the matching coordinating dies with it. So we're going to be using this particular label with the florets there, and this stamp set's part of a 2-pack, and it's got another pack of beautiful stamps. So I'm going to be using Stays On ink for this stamp image, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be colouring as well as Versamarking on this. So using jet black, and I've got this stamped image on its back because it is a larger image. I don't want to be estimating whether or not I've got ink on there. I want to actually see if I've got enough ink on there to stamp on my cardstock. Okay, so pressing that down nice and firmly, and I'm going to be using my marker just to colour in some of those flowers. Here's my image close up, and I've used the Stampin' Right markers, Old Olive and Cherry Cobbler, to colour the florals in and the leaves. One thing I wanted to show you in particular with this card is I'm going to use the Versamarker, which is a watermark pen version of the Versamark ink pad. So you can then select what you want to be highlighted and embossed. Now what I want to do is I want to emboss some of the flowers and in the center and make it pop a little bit by using the heat embossing method. Alright, so I just want to colour the flower, all the flowers. Okay, then grabbing a piece of paper, and I'm going to be using the Iridescent Ice Stamping Powder. I'm going to be spreading that over the top fairly heavily. I'm taking it to one side. So at the moment it looks very covered, however it is a iridescent ice, so it heat embosses clear but it keeps the glitter to it. And you've seen how if it stops blaring on you, it actually turns out clear but keeps the actual glitter on there. So it's like a heat and stick with glitter and clear embossing powder. It's just so beautiful. It adds a different element to that. So I'm going to run that through the Big Shot using my labels die, and I'll be right back. Alright, so what I've done is I actually ended up fussy cutting right along the border of this actual image, this label image, because I actually had slipped, and so the spacing around this was, you know, quite thick up here and really thin out there. So I actually used cherry cobbler and I ran that through the Big Shot, and it's actually going to leave, as I layer that, a nice thin red border right around that. So I'm going to use my snail, except it's not working, so I'll grab another one. Alright, so that's better. This one's working. And having my image layer on top of that. I think that looks great like that there. I've got some very vanilla cardstock and that Timeless Type, which I'm going to put on this end of the card. I think I'm going to put that right at the top like that. Okay, I've got this card. I'm actually going to trim this card down a little bit because I find it's a little bit too big. Alright, so I just, that's 3 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and I'm going to layer that there. I'm going to stick a ribbon along there and then have a little bow peeking out there. And I'm just going to just snip the edges off like that. So I'm going to put it approximately where I want it. Having that straight. I'm just using this to stick down where approximately I want it before I adhere it all down. And then I'll get the ribbon scissors and cut off the ends. And just tie a bow. Now you've probably seen me tie a bow a couple of times already. I keep it on the spool. And just pull tight. I have a tutorial on this, so you can have a look on that to see it. A slower version of me doing this bow. Okay, just creating a tail. Nice little bow for that. Grabbing my mini glue dot. It's school holidays where we are here in Queensland, and my kids have been feeding the birds, so you'll hear them in the background. We've had a lot of parrots come and visit us of late. Now I just want to just adhere that right down so I know that's going to stay there. And that's where I'm going to put that bow. Okay, then I'm just going to put some dimensionals behind this. And I think that's all off, all of them off now. Alright, one more here. And that's going to go right there. I used my boho punch, and this number 2 flower there, I punched it out 3 times with cherry cobbler. I then scrunched it up and then just used my paper piercer and a brad from the Neutrals collection. I love these, it's so nice, these colours from the Neutrals collection. And I just stuck a brad in the middle, and I used 3 flowers layered and scrunched up. Got my mini glue dot, stick it on that corner like that. I'm going to stamp with Symptahy on a separate very vanilla cardstock with my Stays On Jet Black ink. Now I'm actually going to trim this down a little here because it's too thick for it to be as a banner on here. So I'll give that a little trim and I'll be right back. Alright, so that's that. I'm happy that with that one a little bit thinner, and I'm just going to create a banner. I don't know if you've seen it this way, but how I create the banner is I cut down the middle and then I meet the corners up to the point. Okay, alright, so I'm going to dimension all that. With Sympathy card like that. Alright, so I hope you like this card. I do like using Cherry Cobbler on black. It's one of my favourite colours to use, and that with Sympathy sentiment is from the Loving Thoughts stamp set, and it's got some beautiful flourish words on here and sentiments to use for your stamping. Alright, so thanks for watching. Thank card. It's Friday. Hope you enjoyed my card. Look for out this card. I'm going to put it into Mojo Monday's entry. So enjoy and click on the links, and also hop over to my Facebook page at Show Me the Love, and also my blog, joherbert.com. Thanks for watching.